the Rostov Ripper. A true story of Soviet Russia's bloodiest nightmare. From 1978 to 1990, the industrial city of Rostov-on-Don, Soviet Russia, was the hunting ground of Andrei Chikatilo, a serial killer so depraved he became known as the Rostov Ripper. Over 12 years, Chikatilo murdered at least 52 women and children, luring them to secluded forests, train stations, or shacks, where he stabbed, mutilated, and often cannibalized them. Caught in 1990 after a massive manhunt, his trial exposed a Soviet system ill-equipped for serial killers and a society shaken by his atrocities. The case, one of history's deadliest, remains a chilling testament to human darkness. How did a mild-mannered teacher become Russia's most prolific killer? And what allowed him to evade capture for so long? The Rostov Ripper is a gruesome saga of horror, bureaucracy, and a predator who thrived in the Soviet Union's cracks. The killings began in December 1978, when Yelena Zakotnova, a 9-year-old girl, was found stabbed and mutilated in a Shakhty riverbed near Rostov. Chikatilo, a 42-year-old schoolteacher, lured her with candy, raped her, and killed her to silence her cries. Police arrested a local man who confessed under torture and was executed, allowing Chikatilo to continue unnoticed. Over the next decade, victims, mostly girls, boys, and young women, vanished from train stations, bus stops, or rural paths in Rostov, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan, where Chikatilo traveled for work. His method was brutal and consistent. Posing as a kindly figure, he offered gifts or jobs, leading victims to woods or sheds. There he stabbed them dozens of times, often over 50 wounds, mutilating eyes, genitals, or faces, sometimes eating flesh or organs. Bodies were dumped in forests, rivers, or near train tracks, often found weeks later, ravaged by animals. Victims included Larisa Tkachenko, 1981, Lyubov Biryuk, 1982, Oleg Pojidayev, 1983, Natalia Shalopinina, 1985, and Viktor Petrov, 1989, ranging from 7 to 45 years old. The Soviet militia, trained for political crimes, was unprepared for a serial killer. Early investigations blamed hooligans or cults, ignoring patterns. Chikatilo was questioned in 1984 after being seen with a girl near a station, but his blood type didn't match semen evidence, a rare biological quirk, and he was released. By 1985, a task force, led by Viktor Burakov, linked 36 cases using undercover traps at stations. Chikatilo's methodical habits, killing near his travel routes, finally led to his arrest in November 1990, after he was seen luring a boy. Semen and fiber evidence tied him to multiple scenes. Chikatilo confessed to 56 murders, though 52 were confirmed. His 1992 trial was a spectacle. He ranted, exposed himself, and claimed demonic possession. But psychiatric tests deemed him sane. Convicted of 52 counts, he was executed by gunshot in 1994. Forensic evidence, knife marks, fibers, and bite wounds overwhelmed prosecutors, who found his diaries detailing kills. His glasses, found at one scene, and a victim's scarf in his home sealed his fate. The case's horrific details are staggering. Chikatilo's kill kit, knives, ropes, Vaseline, showed premeditation. He targeted vulnerable groups, runaways, prostitutes, or disabled children, exploiting Soviet poverty. His mutilations, like gouging eyes to erase their gaze, suggested ritualistic psychosis. He lured victims with promises of vodka or shelter, striking in daylight or dusk. The Rostov region's vast forests and lax oversight let him hide bodies, some never found. Survivors, rare, described a bespectacled man with a teacher's voice. Systemic failures enabled his spree. Soviet denial of serial killers, seen as a Western phenomenon, delayed profiling. Forced confessions led to wrong convictions, like Zakotnova's case. Police lacked computers, relying on paper files, and ignored Burakov's pleas for FBI help until 1990. Rural families rarely reported missing children, assuming trafficking or escape, inflating the toll. Chikatilo's job as a supply clerk gave him travel freedom, unchecked by authorities. Theories about additional victims persist. Chikatilo hinted at over 60 kills, and unlinked Rostov disappearances suggest a higher count. Some speculate accomplices, as moving bodies alone seemed daunting, but no evidence emerged. His impotence, driving his rage, was a psychological key, but his normal life, wife, 2 children, fooled neighbors. The case inspired Russia's first profiler unit and the 1995 film Citizen X. The Rostov Ripper reshaped the region. Parents barred kids from stations, and forests became taboo. Victims' families, like Biryuk's mother, faced stigma, their grief silenced by Soviet shame. Rostov's train depots, once bustling, carry a grim aura, with memorials for victims rare but poignant. The case, detailed in a 2021 documentary, spurred Russia's cold case reforms, though few apply to Chikatilo's era. Today, the Rostov Ripper is a closed yet harrowing case, with 52 confirmed victims and a killer executed. But its echoes endure. Rostov's Don River flows past silent woods, hiding a monster's legacy. Was Chikatilo a singular evil, a Soviet failure's spawn, or a warning of hidden predators? The Ripper's blade, though stilled, cuts through Russia's memory, a scar unhealed.